inconsistency. Clear or having any doubt?
Clear, ma'am, clear.
So data redundancy and inconsistency. Multiple file formats will be available at different locations are not same. We call it as a inconsistency. What is the first disadvantage? As a data redundancy and inconsistency. Coming to the second one, difficulty in accessing data. So difficult in accessing data is nothing but okay. So here, suppose for example, if I want to, in file system, I'm saying in file system, if I want to open, if I want to access any file, if I want to view a file, if I want to close a file, each and every file, I need to write a new program to access the file. I need to write a new program to open the file. I need to write a program to close the file. So what will happen here? Users will feel difficult in accessing data, difficult in opening data, right? So here what I need to do, difficulty in accessing data is nothing but here we should write a new program to access the files. So it is a one disadvantage. Whereas in DBMS this won't happen. Okay, to access the file it is very easy. Okay, we need not to write any program. Okay, so that is the second difficulty. Coming to the third one, data isolation. Data isolation is nothing but here formats. You need to remember here formats. What is the meaning of formats? Means the same data like some MCA students here, right? So the MCA file is uh, having some first year MCA file is having with me. So the same file is in documentation, nothing but doc. The same file is in PDF. The same file is in JSON file. The same file is in CSV file. The same file is in Excel file. Okay. So what happened here? The data is duplicated. The same file, but the data is duplicated everywhere. Like I'm maintaining documentation, the same file, Excel, CSV, JSON, like multiple file formats, the same data is duplicated. That means what will happen here? Again, here comes the disadvantage, right? So if I want to access this PDF, this document, I need to write a new program. That is one difficulty. And also one more disadvantage is that the same data is available in multiple documentation, PPT, Excel, CSV,
Ma'am,
JSON.
voice break అవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
అమ్మా
వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
బ్రేక్ అవుతుందా? ఇప్పుడు ఓకేనా?
ఓకే మ్యామ్ ఇప్పుడు.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. So difficult in accessing data. Next, data isolation means formats. The same data is duplicated. The same data is repeated in different file formats like PDF, Word, okay, Excel, పీపీటీ లైక్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఆఫీస్లో ఎన్నెన్ని ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ సేమ్ డేటా దాంట్లో అన్నిట్లో సేమ్ డేటా రిప్లికేట్ అయిందమ్మా, సేమ్ డేటా అనేది స్టోర్ అయింది. సో దానివల్ల యూజ్ ఏంటి, దానివల్ల డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ మనకి డిఫికల్ట్ ఇన్ యాక్సెసింగ్ డేటా. ఇది ఓపెన్ పీడిఎఫ్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలన్నా డిఫికల్ట్ ఇన్ యాక్సెసింగ్ డేటా, రైట్? ఐ నీడ్ టు రైట్ ఎ న్యూ ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు క్లోజ్ ద program, I need to write a new program. So data data isolation is nothing but data file formats. So two disadvantages are having with data isolation. One is difficulty in accessing data. One more is data redundancy. Next, integrity problems. So fourth one is integrity problems. Integrity problems are nothing but the database will maintain accuracy. Okay. Whereas in file system, it will not maintain accuracy. Okay. And also one more thing, for example, if you take in banking database, one file is customer file. Okay, customer file will be having account number, account name, okay, and like name, branch, IFSC code, contact, email ID. And one more important column is balance column. In some bank, they'll maintain some constraint, one condition that we should maintain some minimum balance, right? So they will keep that condition or constraint to that particular column that the balance should not be less than 0. That means the column should exist some value, right? If you take some example like banking only, some will maintain minimum balance of 500. Means so we should have that in account 500. Otherwise, they are going to charge us, right? So that is what integrity problem. Integrity is nothing but keeping some constraints, keeping some conditions to a particular file for a particular field. That we call it as a integrity constraints. So by keeping the integrity constraints, what will happen? We'll be maintaining the data in an accurate way. Proper maintenance of data will be there. The data will not leads to inconsistency. Okay, so use this will happen in integrity problems may occur in file system, whereas here in DBMS it will not occur. Okay, accuracy will be maintained. And also one more important point here, hard to add new constraints in file system or change the existing one. Whereas here we can add new constraints and we can change the existing ones. So these are the four disadvantages of file system. And next one, atomicity of updates. So what is the atomicity of updates is nothing but, so sometimes during some transactions failures may update, failures may have. So if you take one example from account A to account B, I want to transfer a amount of 100 rupees. From account A to B, I want to transfer rupees 100. Okay. So what happened here? During the transaction, during the transformation, okay, 100 is detected in A, but B is not received the money. So what it is going to show? It's going to show it is processed. Nothing but the A is not having the 100 rupees and B is not received. What will happen? The data is in inconsistent. The same data is present in uh, different locations, but it is not same. That we call it as a inconsistency. That is what atomicity of update is nothing but whenever the failure happen during the transaction, okay, during the transaction, that data will leads to inconsistent state. That means what here? In A account, it is not showing the 100, right? So in B account also, it is not showing the 100. It is in process, it is somewhere else, right? That we call it as the atomicity of update. So this will happen in file system. That's why we go for database management system, right? Next, concurrent access by multiple users. So concurrent access is needed for performance. So uncontrolled. Concurrent is nothing but at a time multiple transactions will not allowed in file system, whereas in DBMS multiple transactions we can perform. Nothing but example, two people reading a balance and updating it same time will not allowed in file system, whereas in DBMS two people can read a balance at a time and they can update the same time. Okay. So next to last one is security problems. To overcome the above problems, this DBMS will provide and offer a solutions to the all the above problems. And also security problem is nothing but here. If you take example as a Gmail, Gmail is restricted to a particular person, right? So coming to the DBMS, it will give a permission to the multiple to have a access, right? Using some credentials, login passwords, it is going to provide. So these are the purpose of DBMS and disadvantages of file system are both same. Okay. So I said data redundancy, inconsistency, difficulty in accessing data, data isolation, integrity problems, atomicity of the updates, concurrent access by multiple users, security problems. So these are the file system disadvantages as well as purpose of DBMS. I hope you all understood, right?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
having any doubts?
No, ma'am. No, madam.
What is can anyone answer what is inconsistency?
Multiple copies of different data in different locations is not same.
That we call it as a inconsistency. Very good. Then what is data isolation?
Isolation means data can be Many
having
forms.
multiple file formats, same data is replicated. Okay. So here
Yes,
what will happen? The same data can be having many formats like text, PDF, Excel. So in terms of Word format. So for the same data having different formats, for we need to develop an application for accessing those data. We need to write a new program for this to access the data. So this can be avoided by using DBMS. Okay. So what are the integrity problems? Accuracy will not be
Accuracy.
maintained in file system and inconsistency will be there in file system. Whereas coming to DBMS, accuracy and consistency will be maintained. Okay. Next, atomicity of updates during any access of data, any failure occurred that may leads to inconsistency.
Inconsistency.
Multiple. Next one, views of data abstraction. So what is data abstraction? Hiding the unnecessary information, only providing the necessary information is called as the view of data, right? So here, data abstraction is nothing but hiding the unnecessary information and providing only the essential info. For example, if I want to do one program in a C, okay, I need only C compiler, and if I want to give some addition of two numbers, means I need to write a program. I need to compile in C compiler, then I will be getting the output. So I will not bother about how the system is working and what is the RAM size and what is the motherboard and all the things, right? Just I'm giving a program, I need a output. So that we call it as a data abstraction. Data abstraction in the sense hiding the unnecessary data and providing only the essential data. We call it as a data abstraction.
Abstraction.
So this will happen in three levels. How many levels? Three levels. Physical level, logical level, view level. How many levels? Physical level, logical
Three
level.
level.
view level.
View
Okay.
level.
So coming to the physical level, from down will go. So physical level is nothing but it is the lowest level of abstraction. Okay. It is the lowest level of abstraction, physical level. So here where the databases are stored in this level. In the lowest level of data abstraction, databases are stored at physical level. So here, one more important thing that it deals with how data are stored. What it is going to deal? It deals with how data are stored. Okay. And also it describes how a record is stored. Example, customer. It deals with the data structure and also it involves simple data structure. What is the meaning of data structure? Organizing the data, arrangement of data, we call it as a data structure, right? So till now I said 3 points about physical level. It is the lowest level of abstraction. Okay. So all the databases are stored in this level. It deals with how data are stored and also it deals with simple, complex,
Data
not
structure.
complex, simple data structures. Okay. And also it is also called as database
Storage
level.
level.
It is also called as storage level.
Storage level.
Okay. Storage level. What are the points I said?
Physical level
Anyone
is
Physical
repeat?
is the lowest level abstraction.
abstraction.
It
Hmm.
deals with how data are stored. It
Yes.
involves
Involves
simple
simple
data
data
structure.
structure. It is
It
also
is
called
also
as
called the database level.
or database
Hmm.
level.
It is also called as a storage level.
Storage level. Okay. Now coming to the next one, logical level. Logical level is nothing but it is the next level of abstraction. Okay, next level of abstraction. So whereas we have seen how it deals with how data are stored in physical data, in this we are going to see that it deals with what data are actually stored and what are the relationship among the data are stored in a database. I said two things. It deals with what data are stored and it shows the relationship among the data. Okay. So it involves complex data structure. It involves complex data structure. Where coming to the next most important point in this logical level is there exists physical data independence. There exists physical data independence. Why I'm saying it is physical data independence means here it is logical level is also said to be a application level where we are if I want to do any modification in this database, I can do in the logical level itself only, without the help of physical level. That's why I said it is a physical data independence. What is the meaning of physical data independence? In the logical level itself, we can do any modifications, we can do any changes in the database without the help of lowest level, without the help of physical level. Okay. So I said it deals with what data are stored, and it shows what
Among
relationships
relationship,
are among the database. And
it's a
also it involves complex data structure. There exists physical data independence. Why
independent
it is
level.
physical data independence? Because logical level is also called as the application level, where applications do not depend on the physical level. If I want to change any modification, if I want to do any updations in a database without the help of physical level, I can do on own in logical level. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, కొంచెం స్లోగా చెప్పండి.
Clear.
పాయింట్స్. ఆమె.
So logical level చెప్తాను చూడమ్మా. It deals with what data are stored and what relationship among data are stored in database. Okay, and also it involves complex data structure. It is going to involve complex data structure compared to physical data structure or physical data abstraction. So here logical level it is going to show, okay, complex data structure. Next, here there exists physical data independence. What it is going to have? Physical data independence. Why? Because logical level is also called as a application level. Applications do not dependent on the physical level. Okay. So if I want to do any modifications, any updations, anything without the help of physical level, then and there itself I can do in logical level. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Next, view level. What is the next level? View level. This
Level.
one is, we call it as a topmost level. Okay. This, it is a topmost level where multiple views will exist, and it is the highest level of abstraction. Okay. So here if you observe, many views are there: view 1, view 2, up to view n. Okay. So it is a topmost level where multiple views will exist, and it is the highest level of abstraction. It has more complexity. Nothing but it involves more complexity. Okay. So whereas in physical level, it involves simple data structure, right? Here, complex data structure. Here, more complex data structure. In view level, more complex data structures are involved. Okay. For example, best you need to remember me. See, customer level of interaction will be different. Suppose I went to the ATM. Okay, if I want to withdraw money, I went to the ATM. So what will happen here? My information will be available in my interface. What is the meaning of interface? Is nothing but screen, right? So
Yeah.
my user interface will be different, and your user interface will be different. This is customer level. Next, coming to the bank manager level, he can view our all complete details, right? He can view all, he can have all the information, transaction history of ours. Okay. And also staff, everything he will be having. His interface is different, and my interface is, customer interface is different. Coming to the regional manager, his interface is different. He can view bank manager interface, customer interface, all other branches information also. Okay. So what happened here? Multiple views. Views means interfaces. Like customer interface is different, and bank manager interface is different. Okay. And regional manager interface is different. So interface interact be done in the system at this level. Interfaces like mobile, web. Through interfaces, user going to interact with the system like GUI, graph. So this level interact with the next level, that logical level where application programs are written. Okay, views are involved here. Example, bank manager, regional manager, customer. So he is having, regional manager is having more privileges when compared to the other like bank manager and the customer. Okay, is it clear?
Clear, madam.
So what is physical level? Physical level is nothing but it is the lowest level of abstraction. It also called as the database level. It is also called as storage level. It deals with how data are stored. It languages that a equal to 5. What is a? A is a variable, right? So